looks like it. Okay. Just started streaming, but for some reason I forgot I was on the wrong account. I started streaming to my V2 account. V2. Okay, so for no reason, this game wants to know what time it is. It's, what time is it? 8. No, don't go that way. Go that way. 8. What time was it? 8:54. Don't know why, but okay. Hang on. I'm hanging on. Just hurry up and bloody stream, will you? Let's see. If I can hear me there. It's, well, that's thinking. Press X. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times. You've booted up the game. What the hell? That's funny. Can we just play the game? Yeah, can you? I would like to play the game. I just want to read your stupid text. This is such a weird game, this. Okay. Let's see if we can annoy him.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Stanley.
Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor.
G'day, Lousy. How you going, mate?
What buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order.
It seems that guy from last night got his wish.
Every day of every
I got a
every year.
warning.
And although others might have considered it soul
From what
binding,
happened last night.
every moment that the orders came in.
So it came as if I'd done some bad content.
And Stanley was happy.
So yeah, I actually got a complaint.
And then one day, something very peculiar
Emailed and saying that
something that would forever change
and a
Stanley.
warning.
Something he would
Believe it
never
or not.
quite forget. He had been at his
So if that's the
desk for
case, I'm going to start
nearly an
reporting
hour
everyone
when he
from now
realized
onwards.
that not one single order
Well, this is
had
free to
arrived
play,
on the
Dion.
monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting,
What?
or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen.
No, I've seen it on a lot of other streamers. I don't think it is that.
But as he
And it's not those liveries aren't on. Then you can't report someone's livery in the game. So, yeah. It's a bit fucked up that I got this official warning and stuff like that. But the thing is, they don't tell you. This is where Sony's actually. I actually think they're borderline liable. They say that something, and it basically says something that you uploaded to GT7. Upload is something I said, did in the race or something. They're not clear enough. And going by Australian consumer law, they have to actually inform you. So if they're not informing you of what you've done wrong, then yeah, I'll talk about that in a second, Dion. So yeah, it's put me off. I've actually taken Autotech Racing down at the moment. I'm going to give it a break until things get sorted out. Exactly. They're treating us like we are guilty with no option to reply, and it's wrong. And I actually think morally and legally what they're doing is wrong. So I don't know. I think I might put an official complaint in to Sony, and I'm going to start hounding them. When are you going to do something about this? Give us a right to respond. Give us a right to know what we have done wrong, so we don't do that again. It's as simple as that. I think it's disgusting what they're doing. Anyway, let's play this.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. It's very weird, Lousy. It's free at the moment. It's one of the free games you get when you subscribe, so you should better grab it anyway. It's free.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yeah, I did.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
G'day, Phil. How are you, mate? I get more people here than I do in bloody Aussie Tech Racing. That's why I've taken Aussie Tech Racing down.
Truly a room worth admiring.
Well, it's there. I've
just the detour after all.
I'm going to review the whole thing.
Here in this immaculate, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
You say
Coming
up?
to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
The other problem with daily RMC this week is it's killing everyone's SR. Can't bump drafts and that, but I just don't like the races.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication
Unless you
of
don't
any
get
human life.
false flag like I did last night.
Unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck.
I still like GD7. I just like the way the racing is in it, but they really do need to fix a lot with GD7, Phil. I'm pretty filthy with what they're doing in GT7. Oh, there's something back here. No?
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more...
I'm not enjoying Daily Race A. Is a bit of fun. I'm not really enjoying Daily Race A. B is just too short a race. And when they're that short, people just drive like idiots. So yeah, I'm not enjoying Daily Race C. B. And C is
walked straight ahead through
too
the
short.
Door that read Mind Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yeah, right. Can I go back? Oh, we can go back. But no, I'm gonna go see a violent death.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Should we go to our death? Or should we go back? He doesn't like it when he's dangerous, way. Do it? Okay. Oh, looks a bit scary down there. Whoa! Well, Phil tells me to do it, so let's just do it. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh. What the crap?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story,
crap.
trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was a great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
I want to get off here. Bye.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Well, we didn't die. Guys, we didn't die, so that wasn't that short. Okay. What? Can I go this way? Just push the boxes out of the way? No? Guess we have to go this way.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
It could be fun in VR, actually. There we go. Where are we now?
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you
That's where we started.
Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start.
We went right. It's following where we went. Kind of. Where the fuck are we? Okay. I don't like this room being all white. It's freaking me out. Boss's office. This is like what we just did. Officer's clock. Jesus, that's... Oh, no, it's not. I'm just so glad that we set the time when you started the game. Rhythm ending. I checked with them today, actually, Dion, and they can't confirm that yet anything. Which way? That looks interesting. That's our office. Warzone. That's back. That's back where we came. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control
What
one
the?
another. How they both wish to be free.
I'm hopefully going to try and go to JB as well. Yeah, it's trippy. It's free to play. I mean, it's you got if you subscribe, if you do your thing. What?
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
What the hell?
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Oh crap! Where are we now?
Listen to me.
Oh crap! We're back here again.
You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your PlayStation. There's no other way to beat this game.
What the fuck?
As you move forward,
we're back here again. We're gonna die.
Path. Stop now, and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do,
Shut up,
choose it.
ps5.
Don't let time choose.
Sorry, no. It's you can all play it. It's available. It's one of the monthly games, guys. You just go and grab it off the monthlies. One of the 3 monthly games. Oh fuck! We're back here again.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh fuck! I don't want to listen to you again.
The meeting room. Perhaps he had simply.
Let's just do what he says. Let's just do exactly what he says.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I'm just going to fly through this. We've already done this bit.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished?
The fuck?
His boss would think he was crazy.
And
then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar.
Have we already?
Simply repeating.
We've already.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking?
What the fuck?
Now the voice was describing itself.
This game really,
by Stanley.
This really is
particularly strange.
A mind fuck.
I'm dreaming about a voice describing me.
What the hell?
How it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley.
Shut up, Phil.
After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice
We'll
not see
keep
him
going.
float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself.
I just want to punch this guy in the face.
Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he
I literally just
was
want to punch him in the
control,
face.
that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin.
Where's it? What?
The press of the mattress on his back.
What?
The fresh air of a world
What the fuck?
outside this one.
What?
Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
What?
I'm through with this.
Where the
dream.
fuck am I now?
I wish it to be over. Let me
Yeah,
go back
can it be
to my
over?
job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been.
This guy's a mindfuck.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine.
What the fuck?
Okay.
No, I'm not okay. Come back in the office again? Oh no, we're still where we are. Okay, I'm going back. I'm going fucking back. Fuck that
Stanley
shit.
began screaming.
I can't.
Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real.
What the
I
fuck?
must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear me?
Ah!
Who am I? Who am I?
What the fuck's going
And
on?
everything went black.
Oh, fuck again. He's definitely pushing my buttons.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What the fuck now? We changed sex?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other.
You
She
did?
rose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and
What the
screaming
fuck?
to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew.
I'm not
Everyone
crazy.
knew what crazy people look like.
This
And
game's
in
going to
that
send me
moment,
crazy.
She thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind.
I'm definitely not
I
sane.
know what is real.
This is not a good
and
game for someone who's fucked in the head.
It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing
What the-
this man made her feel better. But
Oh,
then
fuck
she
you,
remembered
bitch.
The meeting she had scheduled for that day.
Well, she's a bitch. She
Very
just thinks
important
that.
People whose impressions of her would affect her career.
Okay, can I
and by
control this? What the
extension,
fuck's going
rest
on
of her
here?
life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body.
This
And
guy
then
knows
she
a lot of
turned
shit.
and ran.
What the fuck? Oh, we're back here again. What the fuck? I'm just gonna do what he says.
What could it mean?
I'm not even gonna
Stanley
slow
decided
down. We're
to
just
go to
gonna
the meeting.
we're gonna power
Perhaps
run
he had
this.
Simply missed a memo.
What the living fuck?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Seriously?
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to
Speedrun!
go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yes, I did.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
6 people watching. What the fuck? Let's have a little dance. Maybe we should play the piano. Ding, 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 ding.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward. into the opened passageway.
That's fucked up, man. Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to do what he says. Okay, six
Stanley
people
walked straight
watching.
ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We will know what happens if we go that way. I'm glad I'm not drinking doing this. Should we press the button? Yeah, why not?
The lights rose
What the
on an enormous room packed with
Oh,
television screens.
3D.
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yep, let's find out. Oh, God.
Now the monitors jumped to life. Their true nature.
Are these
each bore the number of
numbers?
an employee in the building.
Oh, fuck!
The lives
They're spying
of so
on
many
us.
individuals reduced to images.
Oh, there's only 5 watching now.
Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Okay, this is pretty fucked up. It's kind of like real life, really. Oh, that person got fired. Must have done something wrong. Must have been playing this game while it was working.
Mind control facility. It was
Mind
too
control?
horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it.
I refuse.
He couldn't accept it.
Can't
His
be.
own life in someone else's control? Never. It was
Exactly.
unthinkable.
It's like a computer game, isn't
Was
it?
it even possible?
Whee!
Had he truly
It's a red light
spent his
distro.
entire life utterly blind to the world?
I'm getting motion sickness now. Okay.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content.
Mind control
Walking,
offline.
Eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would
I don't
never
trust
again
going there.
exert its terrible power over another human life.
Okay, yes.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Mind control item, waiting inputs. Okay. Off, on. What am I supposed to press? This all looks fucked up, so I think I'll turn it off. What the fuck? Okay, now what? What? I don't like it when the screen goes black.
Blackness.
I know, I don't like it.
Chill of uncertainty.
I don't like that either.
Was it over?
I'm getting claustrophobic now. Please be over.
Yes.
I just did what he said.
Had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command.
I saw that lot. Oh, there it is.
Was mere moments away.
Yes.
Even as
did we just finish it?
Door slowly opened, Stanley
Why didn't we just do what he said all along?
Puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been?
Fuck them! I just want to get out of here.
What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
I don't give a shit. Just let me out.
Streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him.
No, it doesn't. I just want to get the fuck out of here.
Knowledge or even power that he had been seeking.
This game is one big. This game is one big mind
his
fuck.
goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do.
Yeah, you can all go and get fucked.
Whatever life he lives,
ooh, nice and pretty.
His. And that was all he needed to know.
That's what I give a shit about. I don't give a fuck about all the employees. They're probably all dead.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
I did push the bloody button.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his
we got out of there. Just do what he says and you can finish the game.
The immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly.
I want to see what happens when you press the on button instead of the off button.
Were meant to happen.
Maybe I'll play again and do that.
Stanley.
Follow him, and I'll press what happens when you press the on button. Set it off. Want to do that? Should we do that again, and we'll press the on button and set it off? What do you reckon? What do you reckon, guys? Should I continue streaming? We do that? Are we finished? I can exit the game now. Is that it? Oh, what the fuck? We're back here again. How's that ending the game? What the living fuck?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
I want to see what happens when we press the on button.
Go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh man, does this game ever? Is this game actually have an ending?
When Stanley came to a
I think you fucking pranked me, Phil.
He entered the
saying, "Oh, you just do what he says, and you're done in 5-10 minutes." We did what he said. We're back when it started again. For fuck's sake!
There was not a single person here.
I'm just gonna do what he says. But I'm gonna press on and set it off.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I want to do what he says. Maybe yeah, I'm just going to do what he says. I want to
I think we
see what happens
control by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons.
Wait, that's...
Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway.
What the fuck?
Surprise.
At least I didn't have to put the bloody code in this time. That's good. Okay. Was there a light? Seriously, this game.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Now, I just want to see what happens when we press on, so we just do this all over again. I'm going to press that on button. I want to press that on button.
Now the monitors jump to life. Their true nature revealed.
Getting
Each bore the
dizzy.
number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
This guy really is an arsehole, isn't he?
Mind control facility. It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
By the navigator? Well, navigator, whatever you call him.
He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation.
Yeah, I want to see what happens when we press the on button.
With emotions,
let's see.
Or sad.
I've got a feeling we'll die.
Walking, eating,
find out.
working, all of it monitored and commanded from this
mind control, awaiting input.
The cold reality of his
okay, we're going to press on.
Stanley decided that this machinery would never... Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After
yes, I did.
You enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
What the fuck?
Oh, Stanley,
I think I made him angry.
I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand.
I think I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are said to explode.
What the fuck?
Eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then?
Press that button. That's stop it.
2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better.
Oh, there's another door open here.
Mind, what a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you.
What does that do?
About me. Where we're going.
Oh, that door closed. I should have gone for the fucking door.
Where to start? What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Oh, what?
I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone.
I should have gone for that door while it was open.
I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone.
Can I press the off button?
I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though. This version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control.
Can I press the off button?
It's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better.
Oh!
Goodness,
Fuck.
only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
But I can't do anything.
What's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every
That's
little
not
thing
what
in
the
this
fuck I'm
room.
doing.
These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for
This
quite
guy's a real arsehole.
But here's a spoiler for you.
Fail
That
safe.
timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see
This is
you
really
humble.
fucked.
This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy.
It's
You
a
wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm
I'll
going
give
to
up.
destroy it first, so you can't.
Um,
Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's
I'm
30
looking.
seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here. Just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life? Or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me. All a part of the joke.
How do I get another fucking choice?
At every second of your inevitable
My vibrator's having a lift.
fade in until the moment I say happily ever up.
What the fuck? I think we just blew up. Let me guess, we're going to be back in the fucking office again. I'm going to go to that office, but not go the opposite way.
How long was I sitting there? Stanley wondered to himself. Minutes? Days?
Oh, man.
Centuries? Did
I should
something
know.
crucial happen while my senses were turned? He made a note to be more careful.
New
with time
content.
from now on.
Ooh.
New content? What does that mean, new content?
What the fuck? Oh, this is cool. Where are we going now?
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Yay!
You may know the Stanley Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers.
Yes, it's
After
mindfuck.
receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers.
Woohoo!
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting audiences the world over.
9 watching now. Fuck, I'm getting a few here. This is. How you go, everyone watching? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to Aussie Tech Gaming. Well, I play some stupid games.
This sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
I can't go back. Ultra Deluxe content. Okay. Let's go.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing
Wow.
special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
Cool! Memorize.
Is it broken? What's going on here?
Just go, again, it's a monthly game, Lounsey. Just go to your monthlies.
Oh, there we go.
And you get
finally,
it.
At long
Free.
last, it's on to the new content. I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
The guy doing the voiceover in this game must have had so much fun.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as
Yes,
if
it is.
Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh, come on, you're missing out on this amazing game, Lounsey. What the fuck?
All right.
Jumps
All right,
remaining.
let's see, it's the jump circle.
Should we do all the jumps? Why not? Let's find out what happens here. Nine, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! We did all the jump. What the? Oh, I can't jump anymore. Well, that sucks.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Okay, let's find out. Another bloody lift again.
Goodness. Another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's
No,
just
they're not.
elevators and jump.
Lounsey doesn't want to play this. He wants to miss you. It can't be a good game.
If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could counter 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And if... Oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes.
Okay.
I knew there had to be something else. Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Feel like we're going back in the office again. Thank you for enjoying the new content. You gotta be fucking kidding me. No.
That's it? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley?
I'd have said that too.
This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their
Hey,
fan
I
base
agree, mate.
rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than
Assholes.
to make an easy dollar. And don't get me
God.
started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into
Let me
it.
back
In
out.
fact, I'm looking right now at the game's trophies, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test trophy, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and
I've
I'm
got to
offended,
say-
and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable.
Twitter's not around
It's my
anymore,
fault,
guys. It's
Stanley.
X.
I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great
Oh,
time
no,
together.
no, no,
like
no, no, not
always.
back to the office.
What do you say, friend?
Well, it's better than stuck in the room doing nothing. That's my office, but that's different. That's what the office was like when we came out. Okay.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
How do I go in the vent? Okay. Should I this? Let's. Ow.
Okay, you remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Ooh.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC.
But we're on PS5, not PC. Okay. Well, this is a bit different.
You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap PlayStation port? Remember back in October of 2013?
Asshole! Nothing wrong with PlayStation port.
Back then, video games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the waste.
Okay. Bloody PC fanboy. Can I just sit there and watch with you?
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism. 10 out
Don't
of
read
10
any
from
reviews except this one.
Destructoid.com. James Stephanie Sterling writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art.
Not interested.
Stanley
The
Parable
fuck out.
strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game.
Let me out of here!
It was Skyrim. It was
Shut up!
Persona 3. It was all of them. And now, it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore. It's just a husk now. A lifeless husk with an hour of new elevator content.
Oh, good. Finally, we got the door open. Original. Do you want to go in there, or do we want to... What one should we go down here? Doesn't open anyway. Oh, maybe if we... No, can't do anything there anyway. I guess we have to go this way.
Here's another moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice.
Shut the fuck up and let me out of here.
It offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't
That's
need
not only 9 out of 10.
It didn't need new content. All they had to do was transport it in pristine condition along to the PlayStation. Boom, done. And they couldn't even do that. Couldn't resist the urge to go meddling with a beloved franchise.
I can't go that way. What about this way? No? The serious room. I want to go in the... I guess we can't go in the serious room.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again. Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, no. Oh, God, no, Stanley. It's a collection of reviews from Pressurized Gas, the extremely popular online storefront for computer games. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. the narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his
I love this
dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny? I'm not trying to be funny.
Oh, shit.
I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical
I'm glad we've been out of the bloody office for so long.
Imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
Can we drive the forklift? No. Okay.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I?
Yes, you are.
Tell me if I'm preachy.
You're an
arsehole.
arsehole. You're preachy, mate. You are preachy.
Quite shocking for me.
Yeah.
I always, well, to be honest,
You
have
are
always
preachy.
thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse.
Oh, get over yourself, mate. You're a pain in the
I don't
ass.
know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down.
Oh, well, get over yourself,
Stanley
mate.
Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Maybe it's not. Whoop.
What's this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button.
Yeah, I agree.
Button.
Yeah, can you give me a skip button?
Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only
What the
positive
fuck?
reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
Is there something else behind here? Nothing behind. I guess we're going to press the skip button.
And here it is. Go ahead. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more... Well there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips.
This is a bit...
Poof, and it's all over. Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes? It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well, there's really only so much I can ramble on to myself about.
God, this guy does ramble on a bit.
Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer. Oh, Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks? Oh, hello, it's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and...
Shut up. You can let me out of here yet? Oh, you didn't talk this time. Maybe there's a way out. Oh, well, no, not that no. Oh, I hate those sounds.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition.
This
but
guy talks. What
jokes?
the
Where are the
Come on.
jokes? They bemoaned,
Exactly.
They screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said,
"Oh, shut up." Silence again. Finally. Is there a door back there? No.
The end is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
And is never the end, is never the end, is never the end, is never the end,
never the
never the end,
never the end, is never the
Clock's not working anymore. What the? Come on. Maybe I should... This is really quite fucking boring now. Come on, it's a bit too far now. Oh, shit. Something's happened here. Crap. Or maybe we do this enough. There's light up there. At least he's shut up now. Woo! Okay. Oh, so I died again. This is... Yeah. Okay. Okay. Can you let me the fuck out now? I got your point. For fuck's sake. Where the fuck are we now? What happened to Earth? We've been in there for how fucking long? Still going. I don't know if I should keep walking or I press that skip button again. What do you reckon? I kind of think I want to press the skip button again. This doesn't look like go. What? Oh, what the? We're back at the office again. At least he shut up. Oh, fuck, he's back again.
What did it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Well, guys, that's going to be it for the stream so far.
Looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
No, I can't. But I'll play this after. Again, maybe. But for now, my mind's been fucked too for two. How long have we been playing now? Nearly an hour. I definitely need a break. See you guys. Hope you enjoyed this mind fuck of a game.